Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is a Creative Kingdom AB. Guys, have you ever thought of how people can suffer when the wicked are in power? Because the sacred book helps us to understand that when the wicked are in power, people suffer. When the wicked rules, when the wicked person is your president, when the wicked person is your governor, when the wicked person is your political leader, when the wicked person is your religious leader, when the wicked person is your traditional ruler, when the wicked person is a chief, king, when the wicked person is in any form, is in any public office, the people will suffer. Have you ever thought of how people can suffer? How people can go through that suffering? Have you ever thought of that? First of all, have you ever thought of what people will go through when the wicked are in power? When the wicked are in power, have you ever thought of what people will go through? I want us to first of all look at the definition of wickedness. What is wickedness to start with? What does it mean for someone to be wicked? What does it mean for someone to be wicked? What is wickedness? What is it? What is the sacred book talking about? What is wickedness to start with, to start from? Wickedness. When that word wickedness, wickedness is a deliberate act. Wickedness is the deliberate practices, a deliberate action, a deliberate decision, a deliberate decision, a deliberate choice you make on the behalf of on the behalf of your community. Deliberate act you make a deliberate action you took on the behalf of the nation, and a deliberate practices of wrongdoing, of wrongdoing, because you knew it is your position to act. It is your duty to make choice. Your power is being entrusted. You are being entrusted with some amount of power, some levels of power, in order for you to manage resources, to manage people, to manage resources for a nation. So wickedness is the deliberate practices, the deliberate action, a deliberate choice, a deliberate decision of wrongdoing, of wrong practices, of a harmful decision, a deliberate practices of an harmful decision, a deliberate practices of an injustice in a nation, a deliberate action of an practices of an injustice, unjust, name them, unjust, cruelty, a deliberate practices of cruelty in a nation, deliberate acts of wrongdoing, either harmful, unjust, cruel, dishonesty. You are not honest. Dishonesty in the higher order, at the higher order. Dishonesty at the higher order. Dishonesty. Are you going to be talking about selfishness? Self-centered. As a leader, you are just selfish. You make decisions due to the gain, your personal gain, not the good interest of the citizens, not the good interest of the people, because of your selfish desire for power, for resource, for money. Yes, And the sacred book, they say that money is the root of all wickedness, all evil. Egocentric. Egocentric. Selfishness is wickedness. It being selfish, self-centered is wickedness, and is an act of wickedness. Especially when it hurts others, making decisions that hurt the citizens, that hurt the people. You make decision, you make choice. Yes, you take actions that that is harmful to the nation. Is wickedness. It is an act of wickedness. That is wickedness out there. Especially when it hurt others, when it not deprived the people of having better life. Having better life is wickedness. Is wickedness. People cannot have public water. People don't have access to government office. When oh God, I cannot emphasize on it. I can emphasize on this till the end of time. I cannot emphasize on this enough. It is an act of wickedness after you might have finished your first tenure, your second tenure, and still looking forward to go to foreign country for medical treatment. Then you now ask yourself, what did you, while you were managing the resources of the nation, what did you do with all those money? What did you do? What have you been doing with people resource, with your national resources that makes you not to provide a good healthcare system for your nation? What deprive you? What stop you? That is wickedness. It is act of wickedness. After you might have finished one first tenure, second tenure, finish your tenure as a president, as a governor, still depending on foreign healthcare, foreign countries for your medical care. That is act of wickedness. So if you focuses on foreign healthcare, can you not think about what your citizen will be going through, that they don't have access for good medical care because of you occupy that position? You deprived them, you denied them, you obstruct. That is wickedness. You obstructed them not to have that access. So people suffer when the wicked are in power. So it is wickedness when people don't have access to better life in a nation. When anyone that's supposed to take the responsibility to provide a better life for the citizens, never take that responsibility. We're never interested to take one. Is legally neglecting that responsibility. That's the right one. When that responsibility is being neglected, there's an negligence of responsibility in Nigeria today, simply because the leaders refuses to do the right thing. They abandon their responsibility. So when the wicked are in power, all those that is what creates that kind of atmosphere in a nation. So when the wicked are in power, their action hurts people. Their decision hurts the citizens. The choices they make for the nation hurts the citizens. It hurts the people for their personal comfort, for their personal gain. That is wickedness. So that is why the sacred book said that when the wicked are in power, people suffer. All these are some of the suffering the sacred book we are dragging our attention to. Yes, wickedness is a choosing evil for good. You know, it said the sacred book said that God is righteous. He cannot behold evil. So for choosing evil, what is not good, what is evil? Whatsoever that violates the will of God is evil. Whatsoever that violates the ways of the Lord is evil. Whatsoever that violates the attributes of God is an evil act. It is not godly for people to be suffering in a nation that has all the natural resources, all the mineral resources, that are very rich in every resource, that God in nature, God of nature provide everything that is necessarily for them to be comfortable as a human being, as a nation. So because of some selfish desire of some few of some few elites, they deprived the people of this better life. That is a wickedness. That is wickedness. So when these few elites that deprive the citizens, that deprive nation not to have a better life, that hijack their resources, that hijack power for their selfish interests, when they continue in power, people must surely suffer. So that is why Sacred Book said that when the wicked are in power, people will suffer. All these are what Bible we're talking about. What are these suffering we are talking about? I said, have you ever thought of what the kind of suffering, what are the suffering the Sacred Book we're talking about? While he said that when the wicked, unrighteous are in power, people suffer. One of that suffering is corruption. There's an harvest of corruption in Nigeria today simply because the wicked are in power. Harvest of corruption. People are very corrupt, using their offices to take bribe. Your case will be abandoned. People will be what people are merited to, the offices, the opportunity that people merit to have, they cannot have it simply because there's corruption. So that is why is all these things, why are all those things happening? Simply it happens because the wicked are in power. When the wicked are in power, there will be oppression. People will be oppressed, deprived, subjugate, dehumanized, deprived. Yes, they will be deprived. There will be subjugation. There will be violation of human fundamental rights. There's no free speech. When you speak your mind, you will go to kirikiri. So all these are out of wickedness. So when the wicked are in power, there will be an oppression in a nation, in a state, in a community, in a society. Even at the world at large, there will be an oppression. People will be oppressed, deprived of their rights. People will be deprived, people will be oppressed. They will use their offices to oppress the poor citizens, the innocent citizens. They will go through an oppression again and again and again and again. Oppression, there will be an harvest of an oppression simply because the wicked are in power. You know, when you don't emphasize on this enough, people cannot get what the Sacred Book we're talking about. So when the wicked are in power, there will be greediness in a nation. Deliberate greed. People will just be deliberately greed for money, greed for power, position, authority. They will greed. There will be greediness, unnecessary greed. We stir them up. Greed for power, position, there will be obsession of power because they are greed for money, position, greediness. People will just be, you see crime rate is increasing in Nigeria, in most nations because of greed. The greed, because when you give them, they just greed to have some certain material, they just greed, we call it gratification. They gratify over what is they are not necessarily need, what they are not necessarily in position to have. They are not is not in their position, is not in their right to have that, so they greed for it. They gratify over everything That's greed. To gratify over everything is greediness. Gratify for big car, luxurious lifestyle, extravagant lifestyle is a act of greed. So there will be greediness when the wicked are in power. That is why whenever we are talking about good governance, we know what we are talking about. So the reason why I'm bringing all of this, there's a video I saw.
I'm in a police station right now in Nigeria. So the hotel where I was lodging in Lagos, I came to buy markets in Lagos. The hotel where I was lodging, I met one small girl there who is working at the hotel. So this little girl came and met me. She can be like 17 years old. She came and met me that please I should help her. That woman that owns that hotel took her to Lagos to come and be working for her. That the woman promised to send her to school, but when she came, the woman is sending her to go and be doing prostitution. So the girl begged me that she doesn't want to do prostitution. I should help her. She wants to go back to her parents. The girl explained to me everything. I felt pity for the girl. I bought her food. So that night now, I took her. As we almost got to the park, I saw one Bambe man. As we almost got to the park, I saw one Bambe man. This Bambe man now begged me that he should carry my bag to the park. Anything I have, I can give him. I now gave him my load. Only as we went down the hill, that bridge, I saw one yellow car just came. Some gunmen came out of the car. Those gunmen came out of the car. They came and surrounded me. They wanted to shoot me. They started beating me and shouting. So they now asked the little girl. The little girl said, I want to take her to Cameroon for prostitution. That this is how I always ship girls to Cameroon to come and be doing prostitution for me. That I always come to their hotel and carry girls. That I have a very big prostitution center in Cameroon where I carry girls. And they work for me. That's how they started beating me and took me to the station. Now they are charging me. They said that they have done investigations, that I'm doing kidnapping, that I have a gang that kidnap human beings and give me the money, that I'm the leader of the kidnapping group. They also say that I do human trafficking and that I have an ashawo business in Cameroon. They said I should pay 1 million or else they are going to kill me here. Or else they are going to kill me or put me in Kirikiri, which is an underground prison. So they locked me in the cell, and I got up this morning. I told them that now that they have locked me in the cell, how will I raise the money? I now beg them to give me my phone, that let me talk to my family if they can raise the money. I've been trying to get to my father, but there is no network in my village. It's like my father has gone to the village. I now posted it on my status, and my contacts have been helping me with small money. I don't even know what to do. I have never done kidnapping before. I've never kidnapped anybody in my life. I don't even know what they are talking about. I don't have any ashawo business that I'm doing. No, I don't have any ashawo house. I don't have any kidnapping house, so I am innocent. If I die, please, they should come to Lagos State. They should come to Lagos State. My two station, that's where they are keeping me. They said it's either I pay the 1 million naira or they will kill me and my family will not see my corpse, or they will put me in underground prison where I will die out of starvation. Since morning I've not eaten. They even came and gave me tea. They are forcing me to drink the tea. I'm scared to drink that tea. I am scared to drink the tea. This is it. I am scared to drink it. What if I drink it and I die? All the money I have, I've used it for business. It's people's money. I've bought their goods already. Please help me. I'm confused. I don't even know what to do. I don't know. Only for me to realize that this little girl is working with them. And even the Bambe man that carries me is working with them. That Bambe man is at the station now. He has even brought more than 10 girls as I'm talking. What the Bambe man does is he goes to the road. He acts like he's a worker. He's a Bambe man. And girls will fall into the trap and he will bring them to the station where they will arrest them. I don't even know what to do. I don't know. If I die, please, I'm in Lagos State. They're accusing me of what I don't know.
In Lagos and act some kind of behavior, some kind of crime going on in Lagos and some many states in Nigeria, when they begin to see those kind of acts, I say when these are bound to happen when the wicked are in power. When the man with character, with morals, man with morals, are in power, with honesty, dignity, reputation, are in power. People they'll be restrained. People they will take precaution before they involve in any act. They will know that they cannot go away with it because the right person are in power. But when the wrong person are in power, the wicked person when he's in power, hey, people can do anything and go free and go away with it. So there will be high level of violence in a nation when wicked are in power. This is what the sacred book were trying to make us understand. So there will be high level of violence because of wicked people are in power. They are in position. There will be violence upon violence. You will wonder and ask questions. Say, why are people just deliberately violent? There will be marital violence. Sexually, a lot of violence. Violence in the nation. When simply election will be taking place, can't you notice that there's a high level of violence taking place? Election that is normal, that's supposed to be conducted by morally guided, by processes, There's no room, there's no cause, there's no reason for violence when the systems are right. But when the wicked are in power, there will be violence for everything. Yes. Practically everything will be violent. So when the wicked are in power, there will be dishonesty in a nation. People can never be honest. Dishonesty. There'll be an harvest of dishonest people in the government, in religion, even in religion. Dishonest. They cannot say the truth. They are not honest to themselves nor for their people. They are not honest. They are dishonest. They'll be honest. They will tell themselves the truth. So people will be, when people are not honest, they are dishonest. So there'll be an harvest. There'll be an harvest of dishonesty in a nation when the wicked are in power. When the wicked are in power, there'll be cruelty in a nation, in a society, in a state. Imagine when you have wicked president, wicked governor, wicked senator, wicked, a local government chairman, party chairman, national, whether party chairman locally or nationally, when they are wicked, you can just imagine the people under them, what they will go through. So there will be deprivation, there will be subjugation, there will be an oppression, there will be bullying, there will be oppression. There will be oppression, there will be abuses of power. They will abuse their offices that's supposed to be used, that they are supposed to use to serve, to render their services honestly. So when the wicked are in power, there will be cruelty, abuse of power. When the wicked are in power. When the wicked are in power, there will be denial of justice. People will be denied. The citizen will be denied of justice. They cannot get justice. They can never get justice. Whenever there's a violation, there's a malpractice of irregularity of in election, they will ask you to go to court because they know that they are wicked. Because we're talking about government. What is government? What enterprises of this government? What is the three arms of government? Legislative hands of government, and judiciary hands of government, and executive hands of government. This is what made up. That is also that is what emprises of government. But when there are wickedness that occupies all of this, all of these things are made mention of. You now imagine what people will go through when there are wicked people in judiciary system, occupy judiciary system, wicked people, greed, dishonest people, in the Senate House of Assembly, in the House of Assembly, in Senate, House of Assembly. Imagine. So you will not imagine when they are weak, greedy people, self-centered people that are there to occupy position for simply because of their selfish interest. So people, the innocent will suffer. The innocent will go through. So people will go, they will not be restrained. The people will not be they will not look back while taking wrong action, while acting wrongly. They will not look back because they know they can go scot-free, because the wicked are in power, their kind is in power. That is why when we are talking about good governance, we know what we are talking about, that when the wicked occupy power, people will suffer. People will suffer. So, for example, stealing of, you see Nigeria, they're stealing of public funds. Yes, they're stealing of public, embezzlement of public funds, because people, why? Because the wicked are in power. If the wicked are not in power, how can you steal people? Because they're entrusted, the resources, they're entrusted in your hands in order for you to manage. When you mismanage it, why mismanage instead of you to manage it? It's because you are wicked that makes you to mismanage it without being remorseful or that kind of act. When you know that when you mismanage people, national resources, the nation will suffer. The people will suffer. They will suffer. It's not the will of God. The God Almighty blesses the nation with its infinite mercy, with his lovely and kindness. With his love and kindness, he provide natural resources, mineral resources, raw materials, all kind of resources, simply because he wants people to be comfortable. But when the few elites now hijack power to manage, to control those resources for their personal gain, that is where people will not suffer. The Bible we're talking about, it said people suffer when the wicked are in power. The only reason I have is very simple, very simple. What made people to suffer? What made people to suffer? What made your nation, people suffer in your nation? It is simply because wicked are in power. When the righteous are in power, the people that do what is righteousness, right standing with the will of God, right stand with the will of God, to do what is right, what is godly, what the word of God, to do what is right, what is universal correct, not doing it because of your religion says, doing it because it's scientifically correct, it's universal correct, it is morally correct. Yes, yes, all those are what is righteous. There's truth. That is what is right. What is right, supposing to be. We use this as a yardstick now. What is good for the people is right for the people. It developed the nation. Is right. Is universal correct. Because whatsoever that develop your nation, whatsoever system that develop your nation, bring hospital facility, good hospital facility, bring good roads, electricity, water, good health, food production, organically, not the one that is being MO, that you see chemical food right now. A lot of things are going on. Simply because of some people are just saying they are greed with their power, greed with their offices they occupy. They sign businesses that they know that when they promote it, it will not better the lives of the people. They sign it because of what they are paid, what they will possibly gain from it, their personal gain, not for the benefit of the people. So those are wicked acts. So that is why the sacred book said that when the wicked are in power, people suffer. People suffer. When the wicked are in power, people lie freely in a nation. Lie for personal gain. You see a nation like Nigeria, lie. You see leaders lie. Senators, you see, what will I call, what is this called? hypocrites, hypocritically, speaking for national television, when you know that you are not demonstrating that good for your people genuinely. You now hypocritically coming out for the national television to present to the people that you are a good leader, using your offices I don't understand, I don't understand. I know God can never understand that kind of hypocrisy, high level of hypocrisy. You are not using your office to protect the lives of your citizens. You are now, standing to justify, I don't understand. When I saw some senator coming out to criticize what is going on, xenophobia that is going on in South Africa, similar issue like that. Similar issue like that, whereby people life are being sipping from the citizens, right on your nose in nation. You didn't criticize that. You are now, suddenly, once of a suddenly jump out and want to criticize the wrongdoing going on in South Africa. How can you now, politically correct, or how can you now, correct? How can we be comfortable with that kind of your sudden change? How can you expect me to be comfortable with that? Sudden change, sudden, I don't understand. All those are hypocrisy, hypocritical actions, hypocritical acts, So, when the wicked are in power, they'll be destroying of people's future. You see Nigeria today, you will ask yourself, what is the plan of the next coming generation in Nigeria? What is of the next generation to come? What is the plan the leaders have for the future of the nation? If today life is not better for the citizens are running away, running to Mediterranean, some even running to Mediterranean Sea, running to desert, and being victim left, front and back, simply because their nation, the wicked are in power. The wicked leaders are in power. So when the wicked are in power, a lot of things will go wrong. A lot of people will go through a lot. So when the wicked are in power, they'll be refusing to help people when they are in power to help. They'll be refusal to help people. So you will just be surprised. Say, this office is supposed to use to render services, services. They will tell you, no. That kind of office, I bet, madam, go front, go somewhere. They will not do that one here. Because you didn't bribe. Because they want to, simply render that services for people that can afford, that can bring money. So a nation is not being driven by merit any longer. It's being driven by how much you know people, the people you know. And is why all those things are just happening, simply because the wicked are in power. So I can go on and on and on and on. Please, I want to put this segment to an end. If you know what, if you it's so very it is quite unfortunate that we are having a society that these things are, these things happen.